Let's now shift focus and go straight into matters boxing. We have guests with us in studio to help us unpack the status of boxing in the country. Remember, boxing was a sport that Kenya was well known for in the yesteryears. We had Chafua, the Kenya police, team those days where Kenya had the hit squad, was the team to beat in the region. Times have moved on, and now we are here to talk about the status of boxing in the country at the moment. We are privileged and honored to be joined by emerging and promising talent in boxing with us in studio. Some of them very seasoned, very renowned, some of them record breakers, and of course gone into history books. Let's introduce the guests with us in studio, and I'll start with my farthest right. We are joined by young, upcoming, emerging, promising talent. That's Sheila Auma of Kibra Olympic Boxing Club. Sheila, young, very upcoming winner in the novice, intermediate, Kenya Open, and right now Kenyan, we can rightfully say Kenyan champion. Sheila Auma with us in studio. Sheila, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mambo?
Wow.
Uko sawa?
Uko sawa.
Karibu sana to the studio. Then, of course, after Sheila, we have Amina Martha with us. Amina, the first Kenyan woman to win a medal in the All-African Games, and this she achieved while in Accra, Ghana, in the All-African Games in the year 2024. That's last year. With us in studio, also a member of the Kenya Police Boxing Club, aka Chafua, with us in studio. Martha was also in Serbia earlier on, and she will be letting us know how it felt like, losing some of those matches that ideally, on paper, they won. Martha, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Karibu sana studio.
Asante.
Uko mzima?
Kabisa nashukuru.
Chafua, bado inachafua.
Chafua bado inachafua.
Inachafua.
Top of the table.
Top of the table. We'll talk about that. Thank you very much. Let's cross over to my left, where we have Robert Okaka of Kenya Defence Forces Boxing Club. For the first time since 2017, Kenya, Kenya Defence Forces at the top of the Kenyan League, beating Chafua, that's Kenya Police from the men's side.
Yes.
Okaka,
Yes.
vipi?
Niko poa.
Karibu sana.
Asante, nashukuru.
Imekuwaje mpaka mkaambia Chafua pan tambua?
Labda ni tumekuja hapo na plan nyingine, labda ile nyingine ilikatana, tumekuja nyingine.
Sasa mmeamua ku turn tables plan nyingine.
Turn table, yeah.
Asante sana. We'll talk about that as well. Last but not least, a man who needs no introduction in boxing. Even here in studio, he's been here with us before. Communications Director, Boxing Federation of Kenya, former Kenyan international, got the nickname Sugar Ray. Very, very, clear when it comes to matters boxing. He never minces his words and will always call it as it is. Very passionate about boxing, not just boxing, but sports in general in the country. Sugar Ray, who was really following keenly the Taekwondo discussions, and I don't want to talk about what he mentioned, but he's here with us in studio. Sugar Ray,
yes.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Nice to see you.
Long time. Yeah.
Unaona bado nang'ang'ana.
I'm so impressed. You've done so well. People need to come for benchmarking how to reduce weight from you. But in boxing, we are the best in that business.
Yes.
So maybe you can do consultancy later.
That's a good one. To just let you know the best ways how to cut weight.
Yeah.
I'll be talking to my director, Brian, because he also needs to work on his weight.
Oh yeah, it's worthy. It's good you work on your lifestyle.
Yes.
Because it's very dangerous when you have to do it when a doctor forces you to do that.
Correct.
But it's good unajipanga sahi when you're well off. Pole, it's not easy. They need to know that. But slowly by slowly, they will get there.
We will get there, and for sure he will get there.
Yeah.
He has the belief, and he also says that we need to take him through.
And he has you as a role model.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's talk about that later on, and of course our shots fired before Azime Mike, but let's get back to it. First and foremost, Sugar Ray, before I even get to the boxers themselves,
yes.
The state of Kenyan boxing, are you as a federation happy with the performance of what we've seen. It looks like missing the Olympics was a wake-up call to you and your team. And so much has happened. Looks like there's a lot of exposure to the boxers, and you're working day in, day out, novices. You know, you have intermediate Kenya Open, as in Ndondi Mashinani. So much is being put in place. Please give us a general status of this, you know, Kenyan boxing at the moment.
I think at the moment you are not doing badly off. It's only that the missing the Olympic is something that ilichoma CV because Olympic is the biggest deal in the country and in the world. And when, as hit squad, we have never failed to qualify for the Olympics before. So missing Paris was a big setback for us. But what caused that change was, to me, was because of the changing in the format of qualification process for Africa, where, you know, before that, when you are going for the Tokyo Olympic Games, you used to qualify 3 boxers per weight. But now, when you are going for Paris, it was 1 boxer per weight. So I think that one affected us a great deal, and that's how we missed. But again, the only weight where maybe we could have gotten a chance was in the middleweight, where Elizabeth and Diego got to the final and won a silver medal. But unfortunately, in her weight category, it is the only one where they're only taking 1 boxer for women. But for the other women, it was at least 2 per weight in Africa. So I think we were unfortunate to miss on Paris Olympic Games. But nevertheless, we are still cooking, and we are doing our very best to ensure that we give our boxers the best exposure. We have had our national league going on very well, and it's a bit competitive this time round. Like you said in your introduction, for the first time KDF has come in and dethroned Kenya Police Chafua over a period of 7 years. Police has won it for 7 years consecutive before KDF coming in now to win, and it shows some bit of competitiveness. Even though maybe I don't want to dampen that spirit, because I know police did not participate in 2 of the 5 legs. So I think that might have caused the difference in the points. So maybe KDF, when they are doing their homework, they need to work extra harder to ensure that they retain the trophy this season. Again, maybe at the end of last year, we also organized courses for our coaches and referee and judges, just to ensure that we have the right people tapping our talent at the grassroots level. So we trained 20 coaches who got IBA Star 1 certification, which is, I think it's amazing. And also, we did not leave our referees and judges behind. We were able to train 14 referees and judges to get IBA Star 1 certification, and about 6 got IBA Star 2 certification. I think that is amazing, because when BFK came into office in the year 2019, we only had 1 referee who was IBA Star 2, and that is Don King Mudoga from Nakuru. And at that time, he had also retired. So technically, we had no referee who had IBA certification. And within a very short time, we have been able to get 6 referees getting Star 2 certification. And I'm aware about 3 who are going to Conakry, Guinea, when we are going to have Africa Youth Championship, and they are going to do IBA Star 3. And Star 3, that is where now those referees will be very helpful to us, because when you get Star 3 certification, you are able to officiate in the Olympic Games, World Championship, Africa Games, all major IBA tournaments. When you are IBA Star 3, that's the topmost. You are able to officiate in them, and because we've been lacking officials who can travel with the national team or to go and officiate in these big tournaments, we've been missing a lot, and I believe it's something incredible that this administration and our president, Mr. Anthony Otieno Mbok, aka Jamal, has been able to do, and I believe it has set a very good foundation for us to continue in our progress of developing talent here in the country. We have organized our novices and intermediate championship, which are now for those who are getting into the sport. And I'm very happy with Sheila Uma here, who is a very good example of, like within a very short time, she has been able to get into the sport. She has done novices, which is the first stage for beginners. She won the national novices. She went to the second level, which is the intermediate. She won. Then she went to the Kenya Open. So we can rightfully call her the national flyweight champion. So if we have an assignment for the national team at the moment, she's the one who will be going to represent the country in the flyweight, being the national champion. So I think it's something commendable to see young talent coming up and performing at the very top level. And it's amazing that when we are looking at maybe at the intermediate level, even at Kenya Open, there were some very young guys who are coming up, and they are very talented. They have very good skills, and I'm happy that she's one of them, because with her in her weight category, she defeated Anne Wanjiru, who has been a national champion for the last 4 years, and that shows you that she has the potential to perform even better, because she has been training in Kibra, and I don't believe that the kind of coaching that she gets in Kibra can be better than what she can get in national team. So when she joins the national team, she's going to get more detailed training, and that will enable her to improve her game and become much better than even the veteran that her role model, is Martha. Martha, who is here in studio. So when she gets the coaching that she's able to get from the likes of Musa Benjamin and David Munuhe and John Wawero, I believe she'll be much better, and she'll be able to compete at the highest level and probably even win medals for the country.
Thank you for calling out that, because Amina is here, and Sheila. Let's first start with you, Sheila, as one of the emerging promising talent in boxing, gone all the way, beat Anne, 4-time national champion. How did you end up in boxing?
How I ended up in boxing? Mm-hmm. Okay, so after finishing high school, I was just at home, and then one day there is a guy in where we stay there in Kibra. He asked me what I was doing at home, and I finished school. So I told him I finished school when I was 16, so I was doing nothing at home. Then he asked me to join boxing. Then I went to the gym, started training, and from that day I just liked and loved boxing. Yeah, I was going for training every day. I never missed the training.
They say the rest is history, but I don't look at it as the rest is history. Personally, I say the rest, it's actually history now in the making. It's not the rest is history, it's history in the making. And Amina here is your role model. And as you are playing the novices, intermediate Kenya Open, you had to maneuver some route to avoid playing her. Why? Taking on her. Was it a discussion between the two of you to avoid meeting?
No, it was not a discussion, but before we went for the Kenya Opens, I knew Amina Martha was going to play the bantam 54 kgs, and that was the weight that I had. We had the game on Wednesday, we were going for weighing, and Tuesday I was weighing 54 kgs. So when she came to the gym, she asked me to weigh, and nikapima 54. Hey. Then she told me that I'll have to teremusha hiyo weight. Then I had to remove from 54 kgs to flyweight 51 kgs that Tuesday. Then
3 kgs?
Yeah.
How did you achieve that? Training?
Yeah.
Na kustav?
No, I did not even starve. We just we just ran around the field at home, outside the gym. It was 1 hour, 1 hour. After zoezi, when I weighed, I weighed 51 kgs, and she was very happy. I personally was very happy because I know her.
Angeharibu hesabu?
Angechoma. Yeah.
First and foremost, congratulations being the first Kenyan woman to win a medal in the All-African Games.
Thank you.
The feat that you achieved in, Accra, Ghana. Did you even know when you were going in that you're making history?
No, I didn't know. I knew after I had received the medal. That's when I was informed by Sugar Ray, and as well John Nene wrote on his website. That's when I realized, kumbe I made a history.
Veteran John Nene, maximum respect to him. one of the best, journalists as well, a sports journalist. Maximum respect, John. So, how has it been like for you when you look at young, emerging, promising talent like Sheila here? How do you feel?
Personally, being her mentor and mentoring her back at the gym in Kibra, I feel fulfilled. Because for me, I always believe the greatest fulfillment is the one you achieve by giving service to others that they can't pay you back. So me seeing her growing up and helping her through the journey through the boxing journey, and seeing her get medals and get titles, it's just amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. And looking at, you seeing her come up the ranks and also keep encouraging her. Robert Okaka joined KDF, and it looks like you and the other recruits came in with the spark that was needed at KDF to turn around. But remember, Sugar Ray mentioned earlier on Chafua missed 2 legs. Would it have been the same?
I can say what God had planned,
Thank you.
you can't change.
Liwalo.
Liwalo.
That is how it was planned.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, you are made to take the league. Before that, you had trained. If you go to the championship or league, you prepare yourself well. So you had trained, prepared, and you are all ready to fight and to win. Yeah.
As we talk about, still with you, Robert,
Yeah.
You went to Guinea and you are taking on a Moroccan opponent. Yeah. And the way the Moroccan opponent was fighting, it was so clear. He had a game plan to take you all the way.
Yeah.
And to just grab point akienda, akili, mtu wangu.
Yes.
But, as the fight progressed, you realize that the point system at times does not favor us as, Kenyans or East Africans or Africans in general.
Yes.
How did you change it around? Because it looked like alikuwa na nia.
Yeah, alikuwa na nia. But us as boxers, when you go to the ring, remember you have a corner. You have your coaches. So I used the corner. When this Moroccan boxer had a scoring system that he had a plan, his own plans. So I managed to change his plans so that I can control him over the entire time. So he was just scoring, clear scoring, and then when we the first session, I went to the corner, and then the corner told me, go and change the plans. Afunga ring, like you have to put him on toes. Usimpatie usimpatie nafasi. So nilikuja na another plan. Boxing, you have to, if you don't, you have plan A, I love plan A fail, you have to stick to plan B. So my plan B worked. If a boxer box, you have to fight. If he or she fights, you have to box. So my boxer, he was boxing. So I needed to fight. So I went ahead and fight, and I took the fight.
Congratulations indeed. As we talk about that, Sugar Ray, let's talk about, boxing in general. First and foremost, the BFK elections, connecting the same with the NOC elections, the highly anticipated NOC elections. And of course, your president, Jamal, is going in as one of the first vice presidents for the same. Your take on general BFK elections and of course the NOC elections?
Yeah, normally it's very important that federations do conduct elections. And when you do election is when you get a mandate to manage the sport, whichever sport that you're in charge of. So as BFK, I think we are one of the few federations that are in good books with the Register of Sports, because we have complied fully with the existing legislation, that is the Sports Act 2013. And so although we had delayed in conducting our elections, we should have conducted them last year, but there were some technicalities that came up and we were not able to do it. So in the month of March, again March 1st, we were able to do our national elections. Prior to that, in February, we did the county elections, and most of our officials were re-elected. And then now come the National Federation elections. Again, President Jamal with his team, they were elected and given a mandate to run the affairs of the federation for the next 4 years. I think Sports Act is good, because now, you know, you can't be in charge for more than 2 terms. So it's 2 terms of 4 years each. So I think that's good, because now, of course, now Jamal will not be able to run for the next election. Then it means somebody different will need to come in and take charge of the federation after his term. But I think it's a very good thing, because after conducting our election, then I think even the same month that we did our election, we did first March, then on 17th of March, we had elections for it did not even knock. We had IOC doing the elections, and very interestingly, that for the first time we have an African in charge of IOC, Casti Coventry, which is something very amazing, because it's that's the biggest federation, international federation in the world. And after that, then we have the election for National Olympic Committee of Kenya, where our federation president, Mr. Anthony Otieno Mbok, aka Jamal, is contesting to be first vice chairman with Team Mutuko. I don't know whether it's Team Mutuko, because they call themselves Team Serve. So Team Serve, we are hoping that they'll be able to get the mandate to run the affairs of the National Olympic Committee. It's very unfortunate that they were not those elections which had been scheduled to happen last month did not take off because of some wrangles within federations. There are a few federations, I think about 4 that we had in the news, that were not able to decide who will cast the vote between the president and secretary general of the federations. But we are hoping that matter can be sorted, so that we can get back to organizing sport in the country, because National Olympic Committee has a very critical mandate of preparing teams for the Olympic Games, and the Olympic cycle is going on and it's not waiting for us. I'm very happy that one of the members in the Team Mutuko, Humphrey Kayange, has been appointed to be coordinator for the Youth Olympic in 2026 in Dakar, Senegal. I think it's a very good thing for our country, and it shows that we are recognized as a sporting superhouse in the Africa, having one of our own taking charge for the first time when the Olympics are coming to Africa, being the man in charge, and he's taking the place of the person who has now become the overall president of International Olympic Committee. I think it's an amazing feat, and it shows that we have very good administrators. It's only sometimes within the federations, you know, we send a very wrong signal where federation happen, or maybe they don't do regular elections, and maybe sometimes you see the wrangles within the federation are given a lot of prominence, so that's sad that, you know, you make federation or the sporting scene look chaotic, because a few federations are not able to agree on a simple thing as who to carry a vote. So I'm hoping that because the time is not waiting us, I'm hoping that those in charge are going to see sense in having NOC in place, because I believe the Olympic calendar does not wait for us to sort our mess. It keeps running, and it will be very problematic if we waste a lot of time and then we don't get adequate time to prepare our teams for the Los Angeles Olympic Games, and where I'm very happy to report that boxing will be in the menu for the Los Angeles Olympic Games 2028, because we had doubts before IOC did the election, we had a problem because we didn't know whether boxing will be in the program for the 2028 Olympic Games, and this time it has been confirmed that boxing will be there, though under a different international federation, which is World Boxing. So as national federation, I think we are going to be tasked with a very heavy task of ensuring that we do everything possible to ensure that our boxers participate in the Olympic Games. And it's a very catchy situation where we are having to choose between two brothers who have separated because those in World Boxing used to be with us in IBA, but this time round IOC has given recognition to the World Boxing, and I believe it's only a matter of time before a lot of federations move to the World Boxing. At the moment, I believe World Boxing has about 89 national federations compared to 195 for IBA. So I believe IBA still has more members than World Boxing, but I believe when we are about to start the Olympic cycle with the qualification, most federations are going to switch and go to World Boxing because it's every boxer's dream to participate in the Olympic Games, and our boxers here, they are not an exemption. They really look forward to taking part in the Olympic Games, and us as a federation, we are going to do everything within our means to be able to facilitate them to achieve their dream of participating in the Olympics. And therefore, we are putting our house in order to ensure that we give our boxers the right preparation to be able to prepare for the Olympic Games. And it takes, you prepare one step at a time. When you see the boxers at the Olympic stage, there are a lot of stuff that they have done on the background to prepare for that, right from the club, where we have the tournaments within clubs, you being selected as the person to represent a club, then you go maybe to the county, you form the county team, then you come for national tournament, you become a national champion, then you go to the regional, and maybe something also I didn't mention, maybe within this man sitting next to me here is the Africa Championship bronze medalist in light heavyweight, which he won last year in Dakar, it was in Kinshasa, DRC. And that's where he met the Moroccan, he's telling you. And that time he had just come from KDF recruitment school. So he was newly recruited. Actually, this guy, he missed going for the Olympic qualifier because that time he had been picked by KDF, and KDF are very strict. They don't allow you, you miss going to training school, that you are going to the sports. No, he had to go, he had to forgo his place in the national team to go for recruitment, and then he came back. He's back in the national team, which is, I think, is something amazing and a good example to the young ones. You get your priorities right, then you will fix everything later, because boxing is not going anywhere. You are the one who will get old and leave boxing.
And patience.
Patience.
Just go through the ranks and everything.
Yes.
Well, well put there, Sugar Ray, in terms of the elections, and more so, for Jamal, as he goes for his position for the same. Let's shift gears before I engage Sheila. Let me come to you, Amina. You were in Serbia for the Women's World Championships. Mm-hmm. Lots of question marks on officiating. How was it like for you? Because Elizabeth and Diego, Cynthia, we all thought that you guys deserved to have gone, all the way. But some of the results that were coming through in terms of officiating left a lot to be desired. Mm-hmm. How did you and the rest of the team take it? Were you satisfied?
Of course, we were not satisfied, but there was nothing we could do about it. It has happened, and it happened. There was nothing we could do to change whatever decisions they had made. So we just had to take it like a bitter pill. We just swallowed it that way. And
you took it that way. But in terms of the officiating, do you think that we will come back stronger?
Mostly, maybe they think they are pulling us down, but whenever we go out there and make our performances great, and they deny us our wins, they just give us, it's like a motivation, they just give us more fire to go and work as hard, much more harder, so that we come back stronger.
But what do you think we need to learn from in terms of, us picking the officiating bit?
Pardon?
The refereeing, do you think we need to learn more about how to garner these points?
For me, I think the only way to garner the points is to knock out your opponent, because mostly when we go for games internationally, most of the referees are from the Europe, Asian and other countries, and mostly I think they judge from the racial biasness. So unless you knock out somebody, you can get the win.
Kwa hivyo ni piga kupiga.
Yes, yes.
Just get your points and move on. But in terms of you know, inspiring the young ones, what do you tell them when things don't go your way? Do you give them hope that, like Sheila here, that don't worry, your time will come?
Yes, of course. In everything, you have to always put God first. So in as much as they deny us our wins, maybe they rob us, all that, there's a point where God decides, now enough is enough. You just keep working, keep pushing, then eventually you'll get that win.
You know, as we look at, you know, all that is coming up, Sheila, we have a lot to, you know, in store. You are now, you know, one would argue that you're the Kenyan champion, very young, emerging potential talent, and Kenya would be looking at you going into the future. We have youth games coming up in Dakar 2026. Given an opportunity, will you take, you know, will you take the chance to go and represent Kenya in Dakar next year?
Yes, if given an opportunity, yes, of course, yes, I'll take the chance to go and represent Kenya.
Continue with the same. It is possible. It can happen. And as we look at this, I'll engage Sugar Ray to just find out what are the processes that will be put in place, because of course there'll be qualification for the same. But let's now cross over, you know, and come to, you know, to Robert. Robert, you came that close to making it to the Olympic.
Yes.
You know, you had to make tough decisions whether to continue with your career or to pick up the Olympics. But there's always the call that afande, bora amri imetolewa. You know, we don't look back. How was it like for you, you know, making that painful decision that Olympics, bado kuna Olympics nyingi mbele. I can go through the process, get my way there and go through. How was it like for you to make such tough decisions?
The decision I made, it was, like you were saying, it was the tough, and I didn't even know what to do. But I talked to my fellow boxers who are also got a chance to go to training, like the likes of Bide. Then I went and see the benefits of going to the Olympics and going to training. So I decided that Olympics will still be there, even if it will take 2 to 3 years. I'll still come back and get it. So I decided to secure job first, because at the end of the day, I have to get something in my pocket.
Job first.
Job first. So I decided job first, and then when I finished training, I came back with full force. I trained very, very hard. And then I was chosen to go to represent Kenya at the Kinshasa. Then I went, and I thank God I did my best.
Go to the podium. I
went to the podium, and then I came with a bronze medal, which I changed my plans on the ring. You know, this guy was going to take that game. So I changed my game using my corner coaches. My head coach, Coach Musa, Coach Benjamin Musa, head coach, and then Waweru and Coach David. They were at my corner. So I used their mind, and then I won the match. I thank God a lot.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
Sugar Ray, you have the final word as we start, winding up this. You've put in a lot from a boxing point of view. Please connect the Ndondi Mashinani and the emerging promising talent, because it looks like from the Ndondi Mashinani we are seeing a lot of emerging talents coming up, because you've taken Ndondi to Mashinani where it used to be. Unfortunately, in the yesteryears, we had the social halls where we had so much boxing going on. Kaloleni, Ofafa, Jerry, we had all the social halls which are not there. But now you've changed tack and taken Ndondi to Mashinani. Is it a plan as a way to getting boxers as you start looking at 2028?
Yeah, I like your question. It's a very good one. Ndondi Mashinani is working, and it's working in a fabulous way. A good example I'll give you, last year we had Africa Championship, and one of our very own, Clinton Masharia, won a silver medal in the super heavyweight category. At the just concluded Kenya Open, Clinton Masharia was knocked out by Jasper Sagali, who came from Ndondi Mashinani 2023. He started boxing in 2023 in Trans Nzoia, where we never used to have boxing before. 2025, Jasper Sagali is the national super heavyweight champion, having knocked out Africa Championship silver medalist. So that is evident enough that Ndondi Mashinani is working. We have talent out there. It's only that that talent has not been tapped. We have a crop like Sheila here. We have Emmanuel Chondo from Jericho, who performed very well in the flyweight category. We had Diouf Muemi, also played for Police.
Sonia Atieno.
Sonia Atieno is another story. A very interesting story, because Sonia Atieno is 15 years old. So she was disqualified. She got to the final Kenya Open. She was disqualified because she's underage.
But
she had, she had defeated the others. And she did a very interesting video the other day, which I posted in my social media pages, telling the national champion now, who is Cynthia Moai, that she's coming for her when she gets that to the right age. So it shows you out there's a lot of talent which is coming up. And I think our program for Ndondi Mashinani is working very well. We need to put more into that, and that is by ensuring that clubs at the grassroots level are facilitated enough in terms of giving them equipment. It's not a very expensive venture, trying just to ensure that the boxers at the grassroots, they have gloves and adequate equipment to be able to facilitate the boxers to participate in the different championships. And then as a federation, we also organize many tournaments to give the boxers at the grassroots exposure, so that when they come at the national level, they are ripe to go and perform for the country.
Thank you very much, Sugar Ray. And in less than a minute, what can we expect from boxing going forward? What major tournaments are there, or what's the plan?
Within this month, from 17th, we are going to have the National League, which is going to be held in Busia. We are devolving boxing. So those are places where we never used to have boxing before. So our first leg of the National League will be in Busia. The second leg, I believe, will be in Nakuru. Then it goes to Laikipia before we go to the coast. So I believe as year goes by, then we are going to spread it, because we have a problem with the Africa Boxing Confederation, where we have wrangles. We have two sides or two factions, and they are not helpful, because we needed to have, they're supposed to have Africa Championship, which we are not sure when, because of the wrangles. We are not able to come up with dates, so that which will help us in terms of planning for when we are going to have Africa Championship. And because we don't have that, then we are going to just leave time. Wherever they are going to announce that, then we'll go in. Then we are going, IBA is supposed to organize men World Championship, which was supposed to happen next month, but has been postponed to November. So hopefully in November, we are going to have men World Championship. They have not announced where, but they have pushed it to November. So hopefully those are the two major championships, Africa Championship and World Championship, that we'll be looking forward to participate in the coming year.
Thank you very much, and wishing you all the best at BFK. Thank you very much, Sheila. Wishing you all the best. Amina, continue inspiring the young ones. And of course, Robert, wishing you all the best and hoping that you can continue the same, but guaranteed Chafua is coming. You know, Amina can confirm. Thank you very much. Oh, you're already there?
We took the national open.
Even as we are still strong.
You're still strong. Yes. All right, that's a good space to end it up because we are all good, strong and strong. Thank you very much, boxing team. We wish you all the best.